Games from Folktales, a podcast that mixes historical research and tabletop role-playing settings. I'm your host, Timothy Ferguson. This week we return to Venice, although we won't necessarily be hunting the urban Dianic cult, for a little piece of folklore. It's useful for us when a monster reskins itself. This is basically the origin story for a Banshee-like creature, but found in Venice. We can just shift the stats across and change the appearance. It also describes an instance of Venetian love magic, which is useful to us. The following text comes from The Dogeresses of Venice by Edgecombe Staley. It was in the Degado of Mimo that 7 unmarried sisters, a prodigious number of spinsters as Venice society went, lived together in their own house, opposite to the Ponte della Maraviglie, just below the Palazzo Bembo. 6 were plain and 1 was fair, the youngest, and their spinsterhood was regarded with suspicion. One day there chanced along the Rivo di San Trovaso a gondolier who had just gained laurels at the regatta. Something constrained the stalwart youth to linger by the iron-grilled window of the spinster's home, but strange sensations pervaded his whole anatomy, so that he became weak and incapable of movement. His companions chided him, and threw the name of the least prepossessing of the sextet, Dulcina, in his teeth, and they said he was bewitched. No face was shown at the lattice, and no sound issued from the darkened room. Still, poor Giovanni was rooted to the spot. At last, with a fierce effort, he threw off the enchantment, if such it was, and determined to unfathom the mystery, and, if the sisters were witches, to out upon them. Good Friday came round, and Giovanni sought once more the mysterious dwelling. It was broad daylight, and climbing up the grille, he peered into a room, and there he beheld not Dulcina, but Marina, the pretty sister, upon her knees before a crucifix. The athlete entered the room, and as he did so, he beheld in the water of the canal the reflection of 7 brilliant stars. All paled as he looked up but one, and that one flashed its beams upon the kneeling girl. She was astonished by his presence, and when he straitly charged her with witchcraft, she weepingly replied, "My art is not that of a witch, goodly youth, but of Cupid. I have prayed for thee that heaven would make thee strong and true. See, my star is shining o'er thy head." "And my arms," exclaimed the enraptured Giovanni, "are around thy breast. Witch or no witch, thou hast gained me for thine own." With that, he held her tightly to his bosom, and unresisted planted hot kisses upon her lips, and with his finger removed her tears. No doubt there was a wedding, and possibly the 6 plain bridesmaids were transformed into comely brides as well, but the story has no such ending. No, alas, brave Giovanni was stabbed in a night affray, and beauteous Marina drowned herself in the canal. Sometimes, they say, an eerie sound comes round the corner of the bridge. People call it Marina's wail. Your saga may vary.